it's not me. I'm open block is still penetrating. Roll back and sway. Deep in way. I'm losing my life, my son and my wife. I am begging you, please. You got what I need. Oh God, you hear it again?
We're shit. He's waking up.
Corner demons coming alive. Crawling up the walls. Better open your eyes. Empty your wallet. Open your ears. I got 2 big bills and a bucket of tears.
I have a successful business. I'm happy doing what I do. Next month when I get paid, it's gonna be like way low compared to what I get paid from YouTube. I am nervous. I'm too stressed out. I'm already at my wit's end. I got a million things I'm juggling to try to make happen. There's just too much going on right now in my life.
It's not my fault. I did nothing wrong. Watch me explode. I'm getting never bomb. Try to ruin my business, but I am a success. I got a finance degree and a pile of vests. Did you see that thing that was up in the corner here?
We're shit. He's waking up.
Corner demons coming alive. Crawling up the walls. Better open your eyes. Empty your wallet. Open your ears. I got 2 big bills and a bucket of tears. I am Satan Burnell. I'm changing my name to Lucifer Satan Burnell from now on.
Is it the end of days? Is it the end of the world? Is it the second coming of the son of Satan?
Satan has come for me.
The devil's after me.
I am Satan. Hail Satan. Coming for you, Sister Catherine.
Kill thyself, kill Satan. Loving the streets tonight.
Satan is evil.
Satan worship. One side worship for God. One side worship for ancient flashing.
Yes.
Your dad is Satan.
Satan. Kill him. Kill the demon. Rip its head off. Shove it up its ass. In the corner.
Satan lives in her pussy.
Here it is. Demon child on the floor. Burn in hell, Burnell. And now I'm going to burn in hell for the rest of eternity. Wow, that's really chill vibes. Nice, soothing tone. So ladies and gentlemen, get ready as the soothing sounds of ESP Gaming come to you live. Renton, Washington. Here today on YouTube. So, here we go. People have seen that when I'm playing Street Fighter 6, the ranked matches, it's people trying to play their absolute best. Basically, it's a lot of stress. It starts to fall apart. I start freaking out. I don't know why I got hit. I don't know why that's hitting me. The blood pressure pumping up could do a simple move. My body's hot, the adrenaline. I didn't know what to do. My agitation makes me want to keep going, right? And that's gonna spell disaster. It starts to fall apart. So here's a comment left directly on last night's video of M. Bison gameplay as I continued to, grind. I was doing good, but there's issues that arise when I'm playing, right? I think this might actually lead to a direct change to when I play Street Fighter that actually is going to be for the best, both for me and for the viewers. So this is what I mean about getting truly constructive feedback, is that it really can help and change things for the better. So here we go, ready? To take a breather, to blink like this, to be natural, to be human, instead of being a robot mashing through a bunch of matches back to back. Honestly, let's get the blood pressure down, get the adrenaline down, recuperate, blink, right? Hydrate in the eye, hydrate in the mouth, hydrate everything, and then come back. You should take breaks every 2 matches or so.
You better take a sip, you fucking sleazy asshole.
Hey, good. When you're mad, remember, chill. Hey, good. When you're mad, remember, chill.
I don't know if when I'm playing fighting games, if I'm blinking or not, because I'm focusing on the fighting game. The game has this really vivid color scheme, explosions and everything. When that's happening, I gotta take a break. I was saying my eyes, my eyes, my eyes, my eyes. It starts to fall apart. The logic betrays you. My eyes start to bug out a bit. My eyes start to burn. My eyes, I started to have issues. I didn't know what to do. I have purchased eye drops, 2 different kinds. This one is Refresh Optive. Oh my God. I was gonna tell you what the active ingredient is, but I don't think I can read that word. It's got more syllables than I think the fucking dictionary has in carboxymethylcellulose sodium. Carbethylmethylcellulose sodium. Glycerin. Take a breather. Blink like this. To be natural, to be human, instead of being a robot mashing through a bunch of matches back to back. Honestly, let's get the blood pressure down. Get the adrenaline down. Recuperate. Blink. Right? Hydrate in the eye. Hydrate in the mouth. Hydrate everything. And then come back. You should take breaks every 2 matches or so.
You better take a sip. You fucking sleazy asshole.
Hey, bud. If time chill, please. See you.
Oh yes, it's time chill. I'm very professional. I'm still fixing my camera, actually. Hold on. Big ups, everybody. Have not done this for a couple of weeks, but thank you all for coming. I didn't think I was going to stream tonight, or actually at all this week. It's been hectic. We are moving. Rather, we are getting ready to move, and there's a lot to do with that. But I wanted to get one in tonight. Very, very cool stuff has happened, so I felt like doing a stream. Big ups, everybody in the chat. Hello, Sunny. This is from the top down, by the way. Hello, Sunny. Hello, Meth Bear. Hello, Shiny Teeth. Good to see you, dude. Hello, Mr. Matt. Hello, Depasta Maker. Hello, Stray Fox. Hello, Silent Weapons. And hello, Depasta Maker and Silent Weapons again. Big ups, everybody. How are we feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. I am not feeling felted whatsoever at all, because the streak does not matter, other than it's a little funny. We've got some clips, and I wanted to start with something specific, something that Misery Merchant actually sent along. Apparently Phil got up to some shit about an audio interface on Sunday about this guy's video. So I want to get into it. Greetings, Nexus Galaxy. Good to see you. Yes, I'm quite sure, Depasta Maker. Quite sure. I assure you I am quite sure. I don't know much about this, but I was chatting with Misery Merchant. Actually, I was chatting with one half of Misery Merchant, Merch in DMs, on Sunday, I think. And he sent this along to me. Apparently, I have to see it. Let's get into this. What's up, Toxic Cherry Juice? What's up, ES? Haven't seen you guys in a while. Haven't been here in a while. We're going to get right into this. Something about an audio interface, and apparently DSP was insufferable. So here we go.
Very excited about this video and about this device that I'm about to show you.
Oh my goodness.
This guy again.
Is the
This is
Roland
low.
Bridgecast 1.
This is going to need
It's
a
an
boost.
XLR interface with mixing controls.
Here we go.
So it's an XLR interface like I have here. I have the Scarlett Focusrite.
He just said that.
Focusrite Scarlett.
He
Eye,
literally
something,
just
something,
said
something.
that.
So it's supposed to be something like that.
Did the guy, hold on. I already spotted something.
Cast 1. It's an XLR interface with mixing controls.
So it's an XLR interface like
Oh, the dude literally was, it's an XLR interface, and then Dave goes, it's an XLR interface that's similar to what I have. That's the Focusrite Scarlett 2II.
I have here. I have the Scarlett.
But that's a roll. Oh, that's a Roland. Rolands are fancy. I have not worked, well, technically we have a Roland synthesizer in our storage unit, which is coming to the new house, but Roland is good audio hardware for people that work with audio. They're very good.
Focusrite. It's like the Focusrite Scarlett Eye something something something. So it's supposed to be something like that.
Built-in voice effects, flexible I/O, and
Hold on.
Something like
IO
built-in voice
audit.
effects.
How flexible is the IO? All right, we got Okay, we've got monitor in, we've got aux out, so I'm assuming this aux out is mix out, just like standard mix out. Line out, just in case you need it. Although I can't remember the last time I needed to mess with line out. It looks like this has different presets depending on the type of input output you're using. And it looks like, okay, so it has a switch between, that's interesting. So it looks like you can actually do 3.5 millimeter out via aux out into something else. And it looks like it has a selector switch. This is an interesting interface, and it's USB-C controlled. This is a really cool interface, actually, to have monitor in, to have aux out, and then to have a. I'm assuming this would be an unamplified line out. That's really fucking cool, dude.
IO.
What's up, Chody Taint?
It's $179. I think a lot of people are going to be excited about this.
I like this dude's
mine-
production. This dude's production is slick. I wish my shit looked and sounded half as good.
I've had for 10 years and it still works fine. I don't even need anything new, I don't think, because this has been working not endlessly for a decade.
No, actually, guys, I can tell you, excuse me, allergies. My eyes are bothering me. I can tell you that he should get something new, especially if he is going to be doing a lot of stuff through his gaming PC or Cat's PC, or if some cuck buys him a streaming PC. He should get something new. Reason being is that the DAC he's using currently is the Focusrite Scarlett. I think it's a Gen 1 Focusrite Scarlett, and I think it's either USB 2 or USB 2.1. Oh, you said there's a nutty mod. Oh yeah, that's right, Sonny. You sent me that in Discord a while ago. Yeah, so he uses a USB 2 interface, which on a modern motherboard is not great because it can cause a phenomenon known as crosstalk, and it basically gets your signal all muddy and dirty. And I think he should actually be plugging his audio interface into a USB-C hub, an independently powered hub. So he should get a new audio interface into USB-C. So he actually should just get something new. Forgive my audio ramblings, but he actually should just get something new. There's no reason for him not to. And he can beg for it. He has the luxury of begging for it, I guess.
Mine has 2 microphone inputs, so if I ever wanted to have a second mic in my setup here, I could actually have another person and we both be talking and it would sound great. So his is a little bit less. Yeah, it's 2i, 2.
Yeah, but when are you ever going to do that? When are you ever going to use the second XLR input? And also, balancing 2 XLR signals through the same USB device, I have found that to be unreliable.
I use the Scarlett 2i2. I think that's the unit I'm using.
What's up, Skull? How are you, man?
The
homosexuals are evil people who are all passing around AIDS.
Oh yeah, this is DDM. I forgot. It's the soundboard. It's like, what the fuck?
Released in the last month. We have versatility with the Elgato because it's
no Deposit Maker. Never. I have actual friends. I have actual IRL friends in town where I live, and I have 2 XLR interfaces. And none of their asses have ever come on stream. And my lady is never going to come on stream because it's the internet, and you guys don't deserve nice things. And the internet will not behave should Mrs. Logan come on stream. So she's never coming on stream. We made that agreement.
essentially a stream deck. We have power.
Although we are going to foster cats when we get to the new house, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to rig up a wireless camera for the foster room so that at certain points in the stream, if I want to show you guys the foster cats, we can switch to a foster cat cam. I'm really excited about that. I also want to get a red phone for call-ins as well. So
with the beacon and with the Roland Bridge Cast one.
Absolutely, silent weapons. Got to keep her away.
Just to have this level of choice for the first time. super exciting. I'm going to do a
Are you
full
gonna just
comparison
complain all
video
night?
soon,
Just
like
leave
next
then.
month, and talk about why I gave them each these scores. So if you want to see that, make sure.
He's saying the Stream Deck's versatile because it's a Stream Deck plus it's one of these XLR devices. He says He
just said that. He literally just said that. You're just saying what the guy said. There's no synthesis. You don't know anything about this. This is absolutely the talk of someone who has no idea what the fuck they're talking about, but they want to sound like they're the smartest person in the room. Phil can't comment on impedance. He can't comment on I/O. He can't comment on signal strength. He can't comment on audio warmth. There are so many both basic and advanced audio terms that he cannot comment on here, but he's still trying to sound smart. It's really annoying. As someone who works a lot with audio and who takes pride in audio, this is annoying me a lot. I see why Merch sent me this.
middle one has a
Oh my God, yes, Chody Taint. I would love for him to explain the difference between 44.1 and 48. I would love for him to explain. Well, actually, so the difference between sample rates are actually not that hard. I would want him to explain two things. I want him to explain the difference between a mic and line input, and I'd want him to explain the difference between sample rate and bit depth, and why sample rates and bit depths matter, and why bit matching and sample rate matching also matters. He'd never survive. He would never, ever survive. But yeah, he wants to sound like he's some kind of like audiophile, audio expert, just because he has a couple of filters stacked into his OBS, but he's not. He doesn't know shit.
high power, but then the one on the right has value. I wonder why he thinks the one on the right has more value.
Make sure you subscribe while you're down there.
I'm curious what he means by power as well. Does he mean gain? Because different audio interfaces, or I call them DACs. I think the term audio interface is kind of reductive, but they are audio interfaces. You are interfacing your analog audio to a digital signal into your computer. It is a DAC. It is a digital to analog converter. It is a DAC. I think what he means by power is this DAC probably has a lot of gain space, very healthy gain space. We'll see. I'm actually curious.
Hit the like button.
Oh,
This video
thank
is
you,
sponsored
Sonny,
by
for
Roll
the
as well.
10-member bomb.
Hey,
I
video was
appreciate you.
sponsored by Roland. Well, what the hell? So how can I believe what you're saying? If the video is sponsored by the thing you're about to kiss its butt, then how can I believe what you're actually saying about the device?
Why not? Why wouldn't you?
Thank you for the membership.
Why wouldn't you want to believe this guy? Like, you can have people send you a thing and still
you for
be
the
honest
membership.
about it. Why not? He got Fallout 4 and he gave it a 9.5 and
Thank
called
you
it
for
a
the
mixed
membership.
bag. So what the fuck ever.
Device, right? Thank you for the membership. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I can, right?
What is the big deal, dude?
Thank you for the membership.
Who cares? Just watch the video. Someone paid you whatever,
Thank you for the
20
membership.
bucks? These still cost 20 bucks, right? Yeah, these cost 20 bucks. These memberships. Someone
for the
paid you
membership.
$20 for this submission and you're skipping it. Just watch the video. You might even learn something.
It's
Thank
a
you for the
video
membership.
sponsor. The whole video is a paid sponsorship then, right? So can you believe it?
The idea that a paid sponsorship doesn't have value from a critical or intellectual standpoint is retarded. It's very retarded. Like you guys all know, I'm a big Hitman guy, and I got early Hitman code to play Freelancer like well in advance of it coming out, and I was very upfront that like IO sent me review code or whatever when I was streaming it on my Logan K channel. People still found value in watching those pre-release Hitman Hitman Freelancer videos despite me getting a free code from IO Interactive. I don't understand why like sponsorships are inherently evil. Like sponsorships are just a way of the world on YouTube. Like if DSP had sponsorships, he wouldn't have to beg. If DSP had sponsorships, he would not be where he is now. It's very simple.
I don't think so. I really don't think he's saying so. That's what he's saying. He said, I'm not going to do a comparison video because this video is sponsored by Roland. So he only is going to talk about the Roland device. Like, yeah.
Well, yeah, of course. He's not going to stack it against the competitors like qualitatively in a sponsored video. Like, of course, like when you do product reviews, you may stack it against or compare it to other products, but he's only going to do a detailed breakdown of the thing he was sponsored to talk about. Of course.
We can't trust what you're saying at all.
Fair enough.
Exactly. I actually don't think I want to watch the video. I understand whoever submitted this, you probably wanted me to learn about.
Okay. Like theory, Phil. Oh, Merch. What's up, dude? No, you're just on time, dude. Or you could rewind the stream. You sent me this. Having this video in my DMs or this segment in my DMs was one of the reasons I streamed today. I had a little bit of time, and I wanted to get a stream out today because I felt like it because there's stuff going on. But the idea of him saying like sponsored videos are invalid really shows his mindset and like why he is stuck where he is. It's very sad, actually.
About this device. I use the Scarlett. It's the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2, I believe, and it has two inputs for this style of studio mic, which I don't know exactly what that jack is called.
It's called an XLR, and the mic that you're using is a condenser mic. It's a condenser mic with 48 volt phantom power. Like, he doesn't know any of this shit. You'd think just by years of using that setup, he would know how some of it fits together, no?
But yeah, I have two of those, and it has an overall.
No, you have one interface with two inputs. It's not the same thing as having two. Like not actually. I don't quite know how Red Scarlet handles their drivers and handles their routing, but in my experience with DACs that have two XLR inputs, a lot of times XLR1 will go in on the left channel and XLR2 will go in on the right channel, and they may have separate gain adjustment, but in terms of tracking, they will go on a single stereo track, and input 1 will be on the left and input 2 will be on the right. Oftentimes, I don't know. You can route them different ways in OBS. I know some stuff that I've used in studio environments. I've used similar amps that have those kinds of capabilities, and usually it is one stereo track with separate gain adjustment onto a combined stereo channel. Hello, DJ Runo. How are you?
I don't even know what that thing does. The monitor dial.
Wait, what?
Monitor dial. Yeah,
what did he say?
Of those, and it has an overall monitor dial that I don't even touch. I don't even know what that thing does.
He doesn't know what audio monitoring is. He doesn't know that he can monitor his audio from his mic and his PC in his Red Scarlet. So actually, guys, I want to talk about something. You guys know how Phil has I don't quite know how he's doing it now, but he has some kind of very long cable going from his PC, like a very long 3.5 mini cable going from his PC, or he did, to his neck phones. Now he has TV speakers, which don't even get me started on the TV speakers. But he was complaining that like he had to snake headphone cables like for either from his consoles or PC all the way to his chair where he was sitting, right? He didn't. He actually could have sent the audio monitor of his game console or his PC from OBS to his Red Scarlet. That's how I would have done it. If I had that retarded setup, I would just send the I would monitor and output the game audio in OBS and then send the OBS monitor out to the headphone jack and monitor out on his Red Scarlet. Like, that would have easily solved the problem. Do you guys remember when the amp for his Astro A40 headphones died like a couple months ago? When he was moving stuff around and he had to buy, actually, no, he didn't end up buying anything new. The reason why we are in TV speaker land is because that DAC for his Astro A40s that he was using as a DAC died. He never needed that thing. He could have absolutely just used his Red Scarlet monitor out. Wow. God.
Monitor dial.
I'm audio spurging. Forgive me.
It's got a few things on there. I just never touch it. It's got like things that you could flip. So
He also had, I don't know if he still does, but I was looking at something and I don't know if I think it was one of the Misery Merchant streams. Yeah, I think Misery Merchant, both of you were there, and I think, didn't we see that he had his gain knob pinned all the way to the right? I'm pretty sure up until recently he had the audio gain on the Red Scarlet all the way to the right, which explained why we got so many hot mic moments from downstairs. Very good.
monitor. I never touch any of the buttons on it at all. Like never. Because I just plugged it in and then boom, it just worked. I wonder what's on the back of it.
What do I do?
I wonder what's on the back of it. This is so goofy.
Oh, I see.
Hello?
It actually has audio out on the back if I want to have the audio like go out to another source as well besides the PC.
Yes. Yes, it would.
Yeah. Well, let's go a little further, but it sounds like he's just going to kiss the thing's butt.
Doing a deep comparison video when one of them is the sponsor. That'll be for the next video.
He's being transparent. Like, I don't know why Phil thinks this video is like evil or somehow illegitimate. The guy just said, I'm not going to do a deep comparison video when one of these companies is the sponsor. I think that's fair. Versus the time that Phil has done sponsored content and he's like barely mentioned that it was a sponsored plug, man. Like, what the fuck?
This is actually Roland's third device. They released the original Bridgecast back in 2023, and then about a year later, they released the Bridgecast X.
Oh, this thing looks slick. Oh, man. It's got programmable buttons. This thing looks slick as fuck. Oh, man. If I was upgrading my setup and I was gonna do like IRL, it's some kind of IRL thing with multiple people, because this looks like it has at least 2, if not 4, XLR inputs on the back. Yeah, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's got mix. It looks like you can send stuff to it, and I think it looks like you can mix minus. All right, I'm nerding out, but I want one of these. I'm gonna look into getting one of these if I ever want to do like IRL co-op stuff, because this thing looks slick as fuck, man. This thing looks sexy.
Now they've released the One, and with each of these releases, I've actually met with the team either on Zoom or meeting experience. So back to the One. They sent me this device a couple months ago, and third time's a charm.
めっちゃ好きです。楽しみです。
This device carves out a space charm.
めっちゃ好きです。楽しみです。
That's fucking cool. I think he's speaking Mandarin. Look at this guy. He's speaking Mandarin on a conference call. Look at this dude. Man. That puts into perspective how much more like skilled and talented everybody is than Phil. That's so
This
fucking
device
cool.
Carves out a space in gaming gear that just currently doesn't exist.
I like this
It
guy.
just does pretty much
I want to go
everything you
sub
need
to
an
him,
XLR interface
actually.
to do for nearly half the price of the
Headset. So there's your mic input.
There we go.
Headset, aux, line out, USB. Console PC. It works with consoles as well.
No, that's not what console means. That's not what console means, you fucking idiot. The console routing switch doesn't mean you're going to route it to or from a PS5. The console routing switch probably determines whether or not that aux is mic or line out so that you can route the mixed audio to another mixing console. You fucking idiot. That's actually a really cool feature. So if you wanted to set gain independently with this and then route the mix to a separate board, that's probably what the console switch is for. To Pasta Maker, you're probably going nuts too. But the idea that he thinks that console audio in terms of like an XLR audio device means like PS5, Xbox is so funny. This is so funny.
So I would be able to make this studio style mic work as a microphone input on my console if I want to. That's interesting.
No, it's not. Okay, Merch, I see why you sent me this, because this is one of the stupidest assessments of a device I think DSP has ever. Yeah, he thinks XLR is HD audio. XLR is literally an audio standard from the early 60s. We've been using XLR since the early 60s. It is analog as fuck. It's actually one of the only commonly used analog standards left. And the reason why it's still commonly used is that for transporting and taking care of audio, XLR is like nearly a perfect standard. It's rugged, it's cheap, and it's pretty much universal. Yes, Misery Merchant, like, huge shout out. Like, oh my god, I'm so happy you sent me this when we were in DMs on the weekend. You were like, by the way, you should watch this. Ohms would be interesting for him. I want him to watch a video on ohms and impedance. I want him to watch a video on the law of inverse squares. Do any of my audio production friends in the chat know about the law of inverse squares when you're talking about the subject's distance from a recording device?
It's pretty interesting.
Because the law of inverse squares would fucking break Phil's brain.
Because I don't think we've seen that yet, have we? That you can use any microphone you want on your console?
No, you can't. Well, I guess you probably could plug that USB-C into your console and use it as like a chat mic, but why would you? You wouldn't buy a $150 Roland interface and use it on your PS5. Like, that makes no fucking sense. Like, no sense at all.
I don't think so. I don't understand what game effects mean. Aux USB? What the hell does that even mean?
Oh, Notes. Okay. Notes has an electrical engineering degree. Yes. Am I interpreting that correctly? Big ups, Notes. Yeah, my lore is that I used to work at a TV station, and I used to be a fucking audio guy specifically at a TV station. So I know all about these standards and what they mean. And it's so funny, the fact that it's so funny how little Phil knows, but how much he wants you to think he knows.
I don't understand that.
You don't understand that because it's not true. Okay. Electrical engineering. Well, big ups Notes for electrical engineering. That's cool. Electrical engineering is so useful. My older brother is a systems engineer, which is basically like the type of engineering where you know a little bit of everything and you build a little bit of everything. And he has had to study a lot of electrical engineering. And as a result, he does a lot of his own electrical work on his house now. So that seems like useful as fuck.
The other ones, I'll show you. Let's go over that list of 4 things I mentioned in the beginning. First, the XLR interface. Right now, I have a regular SM7B plugged directly.
Oh, dude. So our TV station setup was an analog system from the 1990s with TRS patch cables feeding cameras and audio into several digital audio interfaces. So I can't really describe what systems we used, but they were old systems kind of patched over to be new systems. A lot of it was for video. We had HD cameras and equipment that we were running through a lot of SDI interfaces, and then kind of and then scaling down to 480i, because that's what fucking TV did. And then XLR was XLR. Our audio was digital, obviously, but a lot of it was old analog bootsy shit from like the mid 90s. It was cool though.
Into this thing, and the
Okay.
SM7B, if you're not aware, is kind of the litmus test for XLR interfaces, because the
It was a
requires
Connecticut TV
powerful
station.
preamp to
Correct.
run properly. If this mic sounds okay, any mic will sound okay, and you can hear it sounds fine right now. The preamp built into this has up to 75 dB of gain, which is more than you'll ever need. I think
75 is plenty of space, even for like, because so I'm using an Audio Technica AT4040i. That's the mic I'm speaking into, and the 4040i is kind of it's kind of in the middle in terms of the gain it needs to make everything clear and audible. He is using a Shure SM7B, I think, and the SM7B is it's very expensive, very commonly used mic for streaming and podcasting. I have not used the Shure SM7B, but I have heard from people that have used it that you need a lot of gain to make that thing clear. It has a very low floor, basically. And you need to put a lot of power behind it in order to actually hear the speaker.
I'm only using about 50 for this microphone. It's got a whole suite of plugins to polish up your voice, like EQ, compression.
I did, Guy Incognito. I did on my last PC build. My last PC build, I had a lot of weird audio interference. Those of you who were here for early days of Taken L's probably heard a lot of that, where my computer literally would sound like it was dying when I was streaming, my old computer. What I found is, if you want to get around USB audio interference, and I have to shout Prophet out for this, I was working through some problems with Prophet, and what he recommended was getting an independently powered USB hub, one that plugs into the wall, and basically run any audio interfaces or like sensitive devices off of the hub, because it's not drawing power from your motherboard. It's drawing power from the wall, where it's drawing power from the wall, but the data signals are still being handled via USB. You're kind of splitting the difference.
A noise gate, it's all there.
It is good
Yeah, but we
advice.
never use
And you
that
know
because-
what? You know what, Pasta Maker? I never, since I worked with mostly analog equipment in a TV station, I didn't really know the follies of like USB interference or crosstalk until like I started streaming and having to honestly talk to Prophet about it. Like Prophet truly schooled me on a lot of like USB standards and like shit to watch out for audio. Like I know gain setting, I know audio mixing and mastering. Like I can do that, and I did so for years in a very analog setting. But like I was a baby when I came to stream on PC, and like if you go to like early days of the channel, our audio was fucked up in the beginning. Because I had no idea how to put audio to a stream, because I was so used to working in an analog environment. So wild change, man.
You're going to be using this through something else like OBS. So you're just going to use OBS's plugins. You're probably not going to be using their proprietary stuff.
And something that stands out is all those effects are processed on the device, which does
That's cool, dude. That is inline audio processing, hardware audio processing, and hardware audio plugins are always a good option. If you can get your stuff sounding crisp and clear via the device itself and not have to bring OBS plugins into the loop, you are winning. That is amazing.
two things for you. First, it means your PC doesn't have to process all the effects, so it can focus.
Dude, Guy Incognito, you're someone after my own heart. I used Ventrilo a lot as a kid, and I used Xfire before it was easy on Steam to match with like friends. Basically, before Steam had a friends list, we were all using an app called Xfire to connect to games. Yeah, dude, TeamSpeak Teams, yeah, dude, we can talk later. Yeah, we would use either Vent or TeamSpeak for voice chat. We would usually use Xfire to match into the same games.
Focus on frames in your game. And 2, it means that if you're plugging your headphones into this and listening to your voice back in your headset,
Anybody that hung out in cyber cafes, and there actually was a cyber cafe in the town I grew up in for a few years. So we were playing Counter-Strike Source because Counter-Strike Source had come out around that time. We had graduated from 1.6 to Source, and playing Source in the cyber cafe via LAN was fucking awesome, dude.
you can hear those effects in real time. Let's jump into thing number 2. The mixing. The Roland team and I have spent hours on calls at this point talking about the mixing functionality and how to make that user experience.
Oh, so he was a UI UX consultant for them. That explains a lot. That's cool.
Perfect. And they've already made a couple changes based on feedback that I gave them. You have all your software channels that you normally have, and then you can assign 3 to the device itself. By default, they're the mic, the chat, and the game. You click the dial in the middle to toggle between the 3 channels, or you...
That's very similar. That digital user interface is very similar to the Elgato one. I had an Elgato Wave for like 5 minutes. That just didn't work. I couldn't get it to sound clear on my computer. I could not get it to come through without terrible signal interference, but the mixing interface, the digital mixing interface looked like that. I wonder if it's like same or similar API in a different wrapper.
have something called balance mode. And balance mode is really cool. It combines the second and third channel onto that middle dial for faster adjustments. And this is really cool.
Oh, that's cool. You can swap channels via a little button press on the I like that. That's really slick.
Because the chat and game channels are typically the 2 that you need to adjust quickly.
I have never tried PC panel
without toggling.
So he's saying you can adjust your volume, like your talking volume, but then you can adjust the game chat volume, so the level of the people talking in game chat.
Barrett Maurice, I used Hibachi, or not Hibachi. I used Hamachi not 4 months ago. I was playing Splinter Cell via Hamachi 4 months ago. Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. Big ups Chaos Theory.
So the
what up, Len? I'm just talking about this weird audio interface thing he had.
actual game volume on the fly just by touching the knob. You don't have to go through menus to do it. You don't have to fuck around.
Yeah. Hamachi is a little sketchy, and there are other solutions. Like I was talking with a friend of mine because we want to play like older games where the servers are down, and he was talking about Parsec. He said that there are decent solutions you can do through Parsec where you can kind of configure the Parsec session as though it's couch co-op. And I want to try that. That sounds fun.
This thing will adjust it on the fly through the device. That's all well and good, but will it also adjust it for your feed? So, for example...
Oh, hold on. I think this is a work call. Hold on. I'm gonna mute myself and take this. This might be a work call. Hold on. Yes. Automated corporate phone call. Since there's a tropical storm coming in Florida, they called me to make sure that I was safe because my team reports to Florida, even though I work in New York. So whenever the Florida office potentially has inclement weather, I always get those auto calls from the robot for the Florida office being like, "Hey, are you safe?" Because my whole team reports to Florida except for me. I'm the guy in New York State just doing stuff. That's what happens when you become a subject matter expert. They let you do whatever the fuck you want, which is great.
What if you're streaming? I get that maybe it'll adjust everything for you, but is it also going to adjust everything for the audience, right?
No, it's not a program adjustment. It's not a program adjustment, dude. He explained that he explained that basically that the second adjustment number 2 is for your chat channel.
Or is it only adjusting it through the device? Is the device processing the audio and adjusting the audio only for what you're hearing through your headphones? That doesn't seem to be clear. Lady Charisma says most...
He doesn't understand the difference between monitor and program audio. Monitor and program are different. And that dial seeks to separate monitor and program. Like, this nice guy explained it all. He explained it all. But DSP didn't listen.
Software can be passed through OBS now. These effects can be used in it, or at least my audio interface allows that since the interface becomes its own input. Gotcha.
Yes, most of these audio interfaces have a mix that is touched. They have a process mix and then a mix minus. The mix minus is just the clean audio without anything else, without any of the effects. And then it'll have a program mix that you can send somewhere. For me, when I record in OBS, this is a secret, but when I record in OBS, I'm recording locally right now. I actually have 3 separate audio mixes going. 3. That's right, 3. I'm going to do the weird finger thing that Phil does. I have 3 audio mixes. I have one that goes out to the program. That is mix track number 4, I believe. I have one that's just me talking. And then I have one that is just Phil, just whatever I'm watching. So I have one mix that consolidates it all, sends it out to you guys. That's what you're hearing. Then I have 2 other mixes that are just me and then just the Phil video. So that if something fucks up, I can go into the local file and I have actually 4 separate stems, if you think about it, because I have Phil, I have my microphone stem, I have the alerts isolated to its own stem. But basically, in a roundabout way, what Phil is trying to refer to is something called a mix minus. He doesn't understand the difference between like program out and mix minus onto different stems. 4-pronged audio. That's right, devilish face. 4-pronged audio plan. That's me.
Device. If you turn the dial towards the chat side, the game volume lowers, and if you turn it towards the game side, it lowers the chat.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Balance mode because it's so much faster to adjust, and so I gave
proper mixing. That is one of my big pet peeves, and like, because people ask me about audio all the time, and like what they should do for like their audio recordings or like their streams in OBS. And I always tell people to set up a mix minus. It's very easy, especially in OBS. Well, I can't easily screen share OBS right now because it's OBS, but I would recommend anybody that streams set up a mix minus if you record locally. If anybody out there is streaming and has questions about how to set up a mix minus in OBS, hit me up in the Discord. I can tell you.
Roland and I would actually love to hear your feedback on these 2 different approaches and which one you like better. I suggested that because what you're really doing is turning down the chat or
RCPS3. I believe I have RC. I have RCPS3 on one of my hard drives. I had it installed on my old computer. I have a backup of it and a PS2 and 3 BIOS, I believe.
Turning down the game, that you treat each side like a separate fader. So if you want to turn down the chat, you pull down the chat side, and if you want to turn down the game, you pull down the game side, and then you hold the middle
That's fucking cool. You go halfway up the knob for one, and then you go halfway counterclockwise for the other. That's fucking dope, dude.
Both faders back to their default level, and then use the sides on the side to essentially show the fader level. That just felt a little bit more intuitive
That's neat.
to me. And if you agree,
that's really fucking neat.
If you agree with Roland's
that's
original
fucking
way of
dope.
doing it, put a 1 in the comments and any reasoning you might have, and then in the next call I have with Roland.
No, that's cool. That's real slick. Because I used to work on a huge audio mixer with like one of them had 30 pots, 30 potentiometers, basically 30 audio sliders, and keeping track of that shit was insane. So it's cool that this thing just has a little knob that you don't even really turn it, you just kind of slide it. That's fucking cool. I wish audio hardware design, like at the studio level, would adopt like some of these improvements. That'd be fucking cool.
Comments.
Yeah, don't trust him. He's sponsored. There's no value you can get out of anything in this video because he's sponsored. Even though, like, I worked for 4 years at a TV station and I handled a lot of audio hardware, software, and like everything in between. And I'm learning shit. This is fucking cool.
I also just found out these guys are going to be at TwitchCon this weekend. So if a budget device is what you're looking for and you want the chance to give them some feedback in person, I'm going to be doing it. I suggest you do it.
How much is it? I think he said it was like $170 or something at the beginning of the video.
Yeah, $170.
I believe when I bought my Scarlett a decade ago, it was over $200. But that was a decade ago. I have no idea.
Yeah, dude, he got taken for a ride on that red Scarlet, by the way. He bought the most expensive one on purpose. He bought the most expensive one with the second XLR input, which he didn't need. And the second XLR input added at the time, I think like 50 or 60 bucks onto it. Completely unnecessary. Like I'm using the Volt 1, the Universal Audio Volt 1. I could have bought a Universal Audio Volt 2, which has a second XLR input on it, but I didn't because I don't need 2 XLR inputs. And if I need a second XLR input, I actually do have a blue Icicle USB DAC as a backup. If I really had some, like if someone like, let's say Lefty or Snood showed up at my house randomly and I needed to get them on stream, I have a second interface they could use. You know what I mean?
What this device would cost now, and I'm sure there's like a new version. So
let's look it up. Actually, I'm curious. Here, put that down there. Focusrite, Scarlett, 2i2. He had the one for, I'm gonna say 2i2 Gen 1. So I think he has the Gen 1. Yeah, he has this one. This is the one. I'd recognize this anywhere. Yes. So it's $114 according to Google. Yeah. Wow. That's still very expensive for like 12-year-old hardware, because this is 12-year-old hardware easily at this time. And it's actually $114 from Guitar Center. Yeah. I have a Guitar Center in my town, and they fucking rip you off. If you want hardware, go to B&H if you've got a B&H near you. I don't really buy audio hardware in person. I usually order it online, but when I do, I order it from B&H because they're reasonable. For the most part, they're pretty reasonable. Can't complain.
These buttons are programmable mute buttons. The Bridgecast one also has a voice changer built in, and just like the effects we talked about earlier, it is processed on the device.
I do not have a second set of neck phones. I have a second set of headphones. No, like listen, if somebody showed up at my house, like if a detractor showed up at my house and we wanted to stream together, I could. I have a second set of headphones. They ain't like these. But I have a second set of headphones and a second DAC and I have a second mic and I have everything.
So you can do a voice changer. I could make myself sound silly by messing with the device.
You already sound silly, you fucking idiot.
Okay, that's kind of neat, I think. You want to do a silly thing? You do a little song, you sing a song with
it's kind of neat
voice. Okay, I get that.
And the way you control these is really clever. You have a button.
Oh, Guy Incognito, I see your messages. I see your messages, bro.
You can switch between by holding the button and turning the dial. You can also put effects on your game audio.
Oh man,
and you can use this.
What you just sent me looks fucking slick. Hold on. This is what you were talking about, the PC Panel Mini. Yeah, oh my god. This thing looks like the perfect compromise between like size and function. Are you guys ready? The PC Panel Mini. Okay, blow that up so you guys can see. The PC Panel Mini, you can control.
Your turn, bro.
Okay, dude. Output levels for individual applications on your computer. this is interesting. Okay, so it's basically just like it's a gain interface, no? Yeah. It's pretty much a gain interface. Oh yeah, no, it is. It's a USB-C control surface for your audio. This thing looks sick. Thank you, Guy Incognito. I might actually buy one of these. This looks dope. This looks sick. This would actually help with streams a lot. So something like this. Because I have volume up down buttons programmed for certain things on my Stream Deck, but pushing a digital button is not the same thing as manipulating a physical dial, as we know.
Near the end game. And the last thing we're talking about here is a nice touch, because it's something that's missing from a lot of current gaming mixers, and that is the I/O. It brings back that simple line in, they call aux on here, and line out, like you had on the Go XLR. I
want this dude to debunk Phil's opinion on the console, although he just said it was a gaming mixer, so maybe console does mean console. But whenever I see the label console on standalone audio equipment, it usually means you're going to cable that into a larger mixer. Let's see what he says.
Do a simple 2 PC streaming setup. Or if you're on a 1 PC setup, connect your speakers to the line out. The USB can plug into a PC, or you just flip that switch to console mode and you can plug it into a PlayStation 5 or an Nintendo Switch.
You know what? I got to take that back. I stand corrected. In this context, console actually means console. Phil was right. Okay. That's really wild. Because the few times I've seen console written on standalone audio equipment, it would mean that you are routing it to an audio console. Because in some studio environments, they refer to it as a mixing console, even though that's weird terminology, and a lot of people just call it the board. But weird.
It's interesting.
Doesn't work on Xbox. It's only PS5 or Nintendo Switch. But as PC, I wonder if it would work on an Xbox.
That neither this
it'd probably
nor
work
the
on an
Beacon Studio
Xbox.
can connect to an Xbox, so I'm going to assume that's an Xbox issue. And the last thing on there is for the people that would use this for a 2 PC setup and have this connected over USB to the streaming PC. That would mean your gaming PC is going into the aux port, and so that last switch changes those game effects we talked.
Oh, dude, I might actually get this, because when I move into the new house, I actually do want to go to a 2 system setup. I want to get a laptop to record and stream and run the chat on, and then I want to keep the rest of my PC power just for gaming. So I might actually get this if I could monitor my PC and the streaming laptop at the same time with this would be dope.
Talked about to apply to the aux input and not the USB input. I think that was.
I'm surprised. So Guy Incognito, I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm surprised he hasn't commented on the painted nails.
A nice little touch. There's a lot of stuff for one.
Well, that's confusing. I have to figure that out. So I would want this to be plugged into my streaming PC for sure, because I want you to hear my microphone. But I'm in the gaming. Oh, I understand. What he's saying is you could take an aux in of your gaming audio, and that's how you can have game effects. See, I wouldn't even care about that then. I would only use this.
No. You would use the console port to monitor the console on a different device. He's not getting it. The point of routing the console audio into that console cable port is so that you can monitor the console audio on the device if it happens to be a second PC or a streaming PC. He doesn't understand it.
I would use this as my new XLR device to take in my microphone. I would use the effects to change voice changing and stuff. But I don't think I would ever use it for the in-game adjustments, because that's basically, this would work perfect if your streaming PC is the same as your gaming PC.
No, why? No, he doesn't get it. He doesn't understand it. Why would you need the console and aux ports if it was one PC? If it was just one PC, he doesn't understand that there's value in monitoring the PC or the console audio into that device along with whatever effects you lay into it. He cannot grasp the idea of that type of routing. That's true. I have seen his cables. Oh boy. Go back and watch those Misery Merchant streams, to be honest. The Sway Station VR specifically. If you guys want to have, if any of you like cable managing chads want to have like brain aneurysms, go back and watch a stream. You can look it up on the channel. It's called Sway Station VR. I will find it while this is playing, and I'll put the link in the chat.
If everything's all in one, that's your all-in-one device that you want.
Banger stream, by the way. You guys should all go back and watch it.
I don't know.
One of the things I'm most proud of doing on this channel is Sway Station VR. So fucking fun.
From the PC into this, and then have this be your audio input on your capture PC, rather than taking the audio out of the game feed. But you still need to take the video feed out of your gaming PC.
Oh,
so
fuck
now
yeah.
you would actually be
All
taking an audio and video feed as two separate
I'm gonna link it in the
sources
chat. Hold on.
and trying to combine them as one. Like, that's way convoluted. That's
when
way
y'all have
convoluted.
time,
For me,
go
the
back and
one use
watch
I can
this
see for
stream.
this
It is probably so outside of making the Hitman videos with Lefty that we did, in terms of streams, it is probably the proudest stream the stream I am most proud of on the entire channel. It was so fucking fun.
It's a more modernized version of what I have. I bet it would sound slightly better than what I have now, like maybe a little bit better. And I would probably use some of the voice changing effects just to be silly.
dude. So Merch, you were drinking, but I think actually what put you down for a while, because you went away for like an hour. I think it was the poor cable management that took you out of commish for about an hour. I don't think it was the drinking, man. I think it was the poor cable management.
I mean, like, ooh, super deep voice, or, you know, high voice for certain situations would be funny. But outside of that, I probably wouldn't care about the game effects, the game chat, and game audio adjuster. So I would never use this.
Oh, Len, since you're here, are you streaming tonight? If you're streaming tonight, I'll redirect to you.
Game audio. This would only be for my microphone input.
Because I have to stop soon.
I get it. All right, cool. That's a cool device. If I need a new
I
XLR device,
didn't expect to spend like over an hour
maybe
on
I would look into that. But I mean, this thing's been working for 10 freaking years. This Focusrite, and I never had an issue with it. So I don't know, you know, how soon or whatever.
So to Pasta Maker, I agree with you. Label your cables if you have a ton, or if you run your cables correctly and you hide them properly and you tuck them properly, then you never have to label them because they never have to go anywhere. We had cables at the TV station that just sat there for like years, and because they were ran correctly and ran well, if we had a bad patch cable, oftentimes we could just if we could determine the bad switch that was causing the issue, like on the board that we were trying to patch, all we had to do was follow the cable back. It was straight, and if it wasn't a straight cable, it was a nice tidy coil. You know,
I would need, like, my microphone's great, right? You guys always tell me my audio quality is great on stream.
No, my man. Your audio quality has gotten noticeably worse. Noticeably worse. It's noticeably harder and more painful to listen to.
I don't think that I would need to be working.
Okay,
on
you won't start for about another 45 minutes. I think Ice Yamamoto is up, so I think I'll probably redirect you guys to Ice in a bit.
Or anything like this anytime soon.
I was lurking in Ice's stream
now,
earlier.
You know, a cool device like that. I like the voice changing stuff. That's cool. I probably mess with that a little bit. Okay, guys, that's it for part 1.
All right, this is done. All right, what other kind of trouble can we get into? DSP tries it. Memology 1.0. Oh, this! Oh my God! Did anybody see this segment? The Astrobot segment? I was finishing my work yesterday. I think it was yesterday. While watching this, and I was fucking laughing. It was so funny. All right, here we go. So this is from DSP Memology 101. This is DSP gets totally grilled in Astrobot challenge level, blames the game for killing the streak. Let's go. So this is what I actually wanted to watch. This is what I actually wanted to focus the stream on, but I got audio derailed. But that's me. Anybody that's been around for any like any notable length of time on the channel knows that the two things you can derail me on are movies and audio talk. Very easy to derail me on either or both of those things.
It's Billy. Now it's the.
What's going on, everyone? Darkside Phil here.
Then it's codename Kids Next Door. Third, this is Cartoon Network.
All right, get ready. Let's speed this up a bit. Forgive me, but I don't feel like watching gameplay at regular speed. That's for sadists. Oh, it bumped me down to 720. Why? Hello? We're gonna go probably 2 times speed. Probably can do this at 2 times speed.
Right. Whoa, I had a glitch! I glitched! Are you kidding?
Oh yeah, merch. So I was listening to Len's stream while doing stuff last night, just around the house, and I was gonna go to bed. Like I was gonna go to bed like probably a little over an hour before his stream ended, but then the salt started flowing, and I was like, well, I guess I better just boot up Slay the Spire and listen to Phil on my third screen. It was so. Last night was something. It was something.
On the stage? Come on. What is going? What? It glitched. I mean, what?
All right, I'm actually gonna.
Again. Oh, I don't even know what happened there.
I'm actually gonna skip. I want to skip till like the real salt starts flowing. I'm gonna skip to like here. I want the real salt. And my cat's meowing. I know. I'll feed you soon. I'm doing a DSP. I'm talking to my cat. She usually eats around this time. Not quite yet.
There. This whole thing is fucking broken beyond fucking belief.
Give me that salt. Yes! Yes!
I'm not even close to touching it. I was
The arms
far
up.
above
I love
Wow,
it.
this is so
The
bad.
arms up. It's so much fun.
I don't even get it anymore. I don't even know what's going on.
Great punch
Tell
in.
me. It's like the whole game is falling apart and not working properly in any way.
So, Len, I do want to be a little. Yes. So Len says these children's games are too tough. Len, I want to be as charitable to DSP as possible because, like, these games get hard. Like, they get difficult. But the problem with DSP is that he rages at a game geared towards children like a child. And that's it's not that he's fucking up the game that's funny. It's the idea that he's raging like a petulant child. Cuz it's a platformer and platformers get hard. They get difficult. If he would just keep trying without actually crying about it, we wouldn't clip it and we wouldn't laugh. You know what I mean? Like, dude, anybody that had a PS1 back in the day, Crash Bandicoot gets really fucking hard towards the end. The original Crash Bandicoot, Road to Nowhere. Anybody remember the stage from Crash Bandicoot, Road to Nowhere? Oh my god. That is nightmare fuel. That is a controller breaking stage. Simple, Guy Incognito. You apply the ration by holding down L2, and then you flip through your item menu until the ration is selected, and then you follow the destructions. You follow the instructions on the... I said destructions. That might have been a Freudian slip because the spiral is going down, baby. But you follow the instructions on the menu that say press circle to use the item.
I landed on it when it was frozen, and it acted like it was spinning and threw me off. Dude, fix your fucking game.
Yes.
What the fuck,
Yes.
man?
I love
Now
this.
I'm pissed. What the fuck do they want me to do? Why are you annoying me with
Follow the destructions. I had a science teacher in high school that used to say that. She was in the army. I didn't know what she did in the army, but she would always say, "Listen closely to my destructions." And we thought it was so funny. She would scream across the classroom, "Listen carefully to my destructions." And it was so funny.
Get the fuck this fucking game. I just wrecked Peach. She started off after me. She beats me. Fuck you. Fuck you, Ghost Games. You dumb.
Oh my god, yes. Need for Speed Payback. Need for Speed Payback. Yes. That is legendary. If you guys want to see some really good shit, you can search for it on the channel. Go back to when Lefty reacted to the Outsiders This Is How You Don't Play of Need for Speed Payback. That is a fucking godlike series Lefty did. So funny.
Fucking ass cuck fucking pieces of fucking shit.
Yes.
I literally
Amazing.
landed on it when it was stationary and it tossed me off.
Yeah, it is, Len. It is some of the most delightfully and like unnecessarily racist he's ever been, and some of the most amazing salt. Like, just amazing. Go back and watch Need for Speed Payback. It's so funny. But also it's a good game. I played through it last year. Like after Lefty reacted to it, I think it was last summer. After Lefty reacted to it last summer, I went and I played the game. And like, the game's good. That's a good game. It's a fun fucking game.
Fuck this. I don't want to do it. At this point, I literally don't even want to do it because it doesn't work right. What the hell? Again?
I love the arms up.
Right.
That is the best thing ever. Len says, "I'm convinced he's legally blind after watching it." Well, the thing is, he doesn't wear his glasses. He's admitted to needing prescription lenses to drive, like legally needing prescription lenses to drive, but he doesn't wear them to play games. You would think that like the visual needs of playing video games on a screen that's, say, 8 feet away from you are similar to driving. You might want to put those things on, Phil.
What the hell? I land so firmly in the center of the cube, and the game pulls me back.
Oh yeah, Merch, thank you for the reminder. He got a ticket from it with John for driving without his glasses. Phil was driving with John without his glasses. I think the cop pulled him over for like a random reason. And one of the restrictions on his license is that he must use corrective lenses. To be fair, I have that same restriction on my license, that I must drive with corrective lenses. Like, I am violating the terms of my license if I'm not wearing my glasses while driving. So yeah, it happens.
My forward momentum in the air to make me fall off the cube.
Imagine the type of person you have to be to drive without your glasses. Like, just imagine that. The idea of like putting yourself and others in so much danger by driving without corrective lenses. Oh, buddy. That really shows the type of guy Phil is.
No jump. Can't jump. On the cube. Can't jump. This is fucking complete trash this stage. They fucked up the fucking stage so bad, man. What? Dude. This is hilarious bullshit. Jump! It doesn't even work. I'm telling you, the physics don't work.
I don't know. I think the physics are pretty consistent. He seems to be able to replicate a lot of this stuff as long as he's not tilted.
What the fuck? Yo, it's so glitched and fucked up. The physics don't work.
Well, I think in terms of the driving, I actually do have to give Phil some credit for letting John drive on a personal level, because if you think of how much of an idiot Phil is, I think he was doing everybody a favor by letting John drive. Truly, I feel like the world and the roads were safer for him having let John drive. And also, like, speaking from my personal experience, I have a lot of brain stuff going on. I have a lot of neurological stuff going on that makes driving kind of risky for me. So I avoid driving whenever possible. Like, I have been told by doctors to, hey, drive as much as you need to, but as little as possible, because your brain, man. So there's that. So in that way, like, I can't give Phil too much crap for letting John drive, but think of the idea of Phil driving. That just seems very risky. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
What the fuck? Are you kidding? Land on it. No, you didn't land on it. Okay, I'll double jump and land on it. No, you still didn't land on it. Fuck your mother.
I have to say, I love the Hell's Kitchen stingers that Mimology has been throwing in. Those are very funny.
What happened?
What happened?
What the fuck happened? God damn, it doesn't make any sense. It's completely non-functional when you get to that point.
And this is one of those things that I always mention, that, like, DSP is tilted, right? He's incredibly tilted. And when he gets tilted, he can't focus. And then that's why the salt just keeps flowing, because he is completely off his game. Not that he has much game to begin with, but if he just took a beat, stopped for a moment, and just recentered himself, grounded himself, he'd be fine. But he's raging like a kid, you know?
You can't just wait, dummy. How can I wait? Everything's moving. If anything is moving when I'm on...
Wait, he called someone in... Yeah, he called someone in his chat a dummy. Hold on. All right, so he dies. He dies. Does the DSP head shake.
You can't just wait, dummy.
Yeah, dude, fuck this guy. Calling someone in his chat a dummy, because he should wait. He should wait for like a beat and then go.
How can I wait? Everything's moving.
Yeah, Chody Taint says, when go mad, remember chill. That's correct, Chody Taint. You're following the rules. Big ups, dude.
If anything is moving when I'm on it, it insta-kills you. You can't wait for anything. You have to constantly be moving and never stop. It's the only way to beat the stage.
Is it? I'm not so sure about that.
Oh my god.
There you go.
That is the dumbest fucking stage ever. They completely destroyed their own fucking physics and shit for it. What a bunch of morons. Not this here. There's probably one or two hidden stages here, and then there's a final.
All right, are we gonna get like a post-mission debrief? Let's go.
Stage, I think, at the end too. So a ways to go. Definitely another stream to beat it. I do find it funny though. This is the second time in a row Astrobot has
23 deaths. Oh my lord.
Astrobot twice. Well, I'm with Wukong once. It's game specific because listen, I'm playing the game and like it.
No, it's not game specific, because today the casting of Frank Stone. He didn't make the streak today during the casting of Frank Stone when he lowered it back down to 150. Let's see if anybody has that yet. Hate Army. DSP worried about support, calls it one of the slowest days in history. Is this what I'm looking for? Might be.
This is brilliant.
Let's see.
Break because
Yes. Thank you, DSP Mimology 101. DSP Mimology 101 is my favorite clipper, I must confess.
all right, guys, I'm gonna take a
Here we go.
break.
I saw this cope, and the cope is amazing.
because
We'll watch
I'm gonna
this
use
and
the
then I
red
have to
screen
end the
and my
stream.
ribosome, so I'm going to get Jasper out of here, and then I'll come back and we'll continue.
Oh
on.
yeah, Bob. So he very like quietly and sneakily lowered it. Like he didn't really say much about it, but he very sneakily changed that number from 200 to 150. That was a thing because I was finishing up my work for the day and I could see people on my other screen typing in the Discord being like, "Yo, he lowered it. He lowered it."
Guys, please, it would be great if you could contribute today. As you can see, I have no clue what's going on. It's one of the slowest days I've ever had in history of streaming. All right, back down. Guys, we got about...
Wait.
I've ever had it in history of streaming.
$7? No, he's had a $6 stream before.
All right, back down. Guys, we got about 15
Big ups, Evil
minutes
Within.
left. Okay? Any last minute support would be appreciated.
Amazing
This is
game in
actually one of my
retrospect.
least supported streams in history. I don't know what gives with that, honestly. But yeah, this has actually been one of the worst supported streams. I don't know why. We did get 100 likes, but sadly, you know, not even getting...
Imagine talking to people who watch your stream this way. Imagine. Oh my
Being
god.
close to the tier 1 tip goal sucks, especially when it's supposed to be fun for my day off tomorrow. So last chance if everyone wanted to. I'm not gonna, make anyone do anything, but yeah, it's a little disheartening. This is a game you guys voted for. That's why I'm playing it. We could have played other games in
Translation: pay for it, you ungrateful fucks. You asked for it, so pay for it. That's the translation, by the way.
October, but you guys voted said you wanted to see Evil Within a second time. And it's the same game we were playing earlier in the week and everyone loved. So anything is appreciated. All right, I'll be right back.
He is
Okay, guys,
so
we got
low
about 90
right
more
now.
minutes on the stream. This will be uninterrupted. We're just going to keep going now for the rest of the stream. Sorry that the stream was thrown off today. I know that today was a very weird one with me not having a podcast and starting late. But I hope that you guys are having a good time chilling with me.
Bro, you chose to not have a pre-stream today. He made this choice. He made a decision thinking that going on the Cultaholic podcast, I don't even know if it's a podcast, but going on with Cultaholic, he viewed that as a choice that was more worth his while and a better use of his time. And that's fine, but he can't do that. He can't make that choice knowing that a good amount of contributions come in during the podcast and then complain about tips being slow during gameplay. Like, you can't do both. You made your choice. You got to live with it, man.
Thanks to those who are enjoying. If you are, please like the stream. We're almost to 100
Oh
likes.
yeah,
so
Bob, he
appreciate
is the train has stopped, dude. The train has stopped in a big way.
Yeah, if we can get to 100 likes, that would be great. Outside of that, guys, if you can support the stream, please do. I really don't know what's going on today. Like yesterday, I get it. It was a decent...
Oh yeah, Frog Machine, good catch. Frog Machine says he was on Cultaholic wearing his wrestling shirt. Yeah, dude, what a tourist. Oh my god.
day for Street Fighter, but
What
I have
a
no idea what's
tourist.
going on this stream.
Dude, I don't even know what's going on. Look at this.
I don't want to sit here and complain. I've had an insanely good month and a half, but now it seems like it's, the opposite is happening, and it's like, I don't know what's going on. There will be new games, like, tonight we're doing WWE Champions. Tomorrow we're going to do more Astrobot. Tomorrow night, if the Metaphor demo was long...
All right, guys, so indulge me for just a moment because a metaphor or comparison came to mind, and I think it's very good. What Kino did with Phil is essentially a stimulus package. You US-style people will know what a stimulus package is. It happens with the US government every few years. We get a stimulus package. Stimulus package is essentially a direct cash payment by the US government to everyone. Everyone. And the intention is that you use the stimulus to spend money and put those funds back into the economy. Either go out to eat, go out to restaurants, invest in something, invest in business, do something with that money. And the idea is that those funds will then spark potential growth within the economy. If you think about it, PPP and Worski gave Phil a stimulus of popularity and by extension funds that he squandered and wasted. He absolutely squandered it. He was actually getting very big cash injections over the course of the past 6 to 7 weeks that he could have put back into his streams and put back into his business. You could argue that maybe he did because he got, the sound baffling behind him that you can barely see. He got, just a couple of new toys for his stream. But he didn't do anything meaningful or discernible that helped his streams get better. If this were me, like for example, if I got $4,000 on a single stream, I would put that back into the stream or back into the channel in some way. All Phil did was basically take a victory lap on detractors and say, I fessed up about WWE champions. That part of my life is over now. I don't have to go back to that place anymore. I don't have to be on level 1. But guess what? What goes up must come down. He's going back to level 1 right now, and this is it. This face is it. Literally, this is him feeling the desperation of, oh, I'm on the bottom again. I'm on the bottom again.
Enough. I want to do the metaphor demo tomorrow night. That way we get a little break from fighting games. Zelda, I'm on the fence about. Already people are like, don't play it. So I'm like, so if we're not going to play Zelda, once we beat like Astrobot, maybe we should start Dead Rising Remastered. The new version, I'd be okay with that. The new one.
Silent Weapon says Phil made it to level 1.5. Maybe. I almost think that this whole arc could be compared to like a bonus level. Like he got into the bonus level, right? It's like a Mario or a Crash Bandicoot bonus level. He got into the bonus level. He got all the boxes. He got all the Wumpa Fruits. He got all the extra lives. But then later on down the line, he was an idiot and he pissed it all away. And that's what we're seeing now. That's what we're seeing now.
Wait, it's more Halloween horror.
Guy Incognito says he lost to Proto Man. Yeah.
Like a lot of people ask me, are you going to play it? I'm like, is anyone really asking me for it? Not really.
What up, Shiny Teeth?
Greatly appreciated.
How are you,
Earlier
man?
Today it was quite slow. Not gonna lie, I don't know why, because I was playing Luigi's Mansion 3, which I absolutely love. I think it's one of the better games of the year. No lie, it might actually make my games.
Merch says they gave him a cheat code and he still died. Yeah, dude, he was playing. Okay, those of you who had like OG PS1s will know he was playing with a Game Shark. PPP went to his house, right? Let's say PPP went to Phil's house, gave him his Game Shark to borrow. Phil was playing Ninja Gaiden, and PPP was like, listen, Phil, I'm going to let you use my Game Shark for a couple weeks. All right, man? Phil used his Game Shark for a couple weeks. He got to the final stage of Ninja Gaiden with the Game Shark. PPP came back to Phil's house and said, you know what? I can't do a PPP voice like Snood can. Snood's PPP impersonation is godlike. You know what, Phil? I think I'd really like my Game Shark back. Can you give it back to me, buddy? So then Phil gives PPP back his Game Shark. But Phil is now at the final stage of Ninja Gaiden, and he can't hang for shit. That's what we're seeing.
Your countdown.
Game Genie? I never had a Game Genie. I had a Game Shark. I had a secondhand Game Shark on the PS1 that a friend gave me.
Interesting and fun games there are.
Thank you, Bob.
It's not a giant game with guns
Snood
blazing and shit.
Snood was on. I think Snood was on. Either that being said or WPIG, he was on with Alt. I remember that because it was him and Alt talking, and he did a PvP impersonation, and I just about died because it was so fucking funny.
It wasn't everyone, by the way.
I never had Sega systems. Guy Incognito. I never had any Sega systems. We had a Genesis for a bit when I was much older. But I ended up giving the Genesis to a friend of mine because I already had a PlayStation. A friend of mine didn't have any consoles, and he loved video games, but he didn't have any consoles. And I felt that it would be right for him to have a console, so I gave him the Genesis and the games that I had. Don't regret it because he was a cool guy and a good friend of mine.
Good to mix people who did like it, but it was so obnoxious. People coming in, this is boring. Look at this. This is for kids. A game for kids. I just want to kick them right in the fucking nuts when they say dumb shit like this. Yes, every Nintendo game is just for kids. You dumb, brainless idiot. Of course.
So I'm not really sure what to do, right? Hey, Battleduck says, I'd like to hear you sit and complain for 2 hours. I really don't want to. I want to enjoy the game. I don't want to see
Battle Duck. Big ups on the sneak
and
disc,
complain
Battle
about
Duck.
income today.
By
It's
the way,
stupid, right? Like, it's really dumb for me to complain about income when I just had arguably one of the best months straight that I've ever had.
I mean, but you are complaining about income. You're literally complaining about income. You're literally saying this is one of the slowest streams in history I've ever had. Literally, this is you complaining about income. This is a thing that I really don't like that he does. He says, I'm not going to do a thing. I'm not going to do this thing. I'm not going to complain about income. But now, guys, come on.
But it is weird that here we are, and all of a sudden it's like completely flipped.
See, he's doing the thing. He uses the rhetoric of I'm not complaining to then segue into complaining. This guy.
From having the best days ever to a day where I made $7. It's like, what happened?
Maybe a little bit, and now it went.
I don't know. Is it the game? Is it me? What did I do? Because no one's told me that I've become an incredible asshole and everyone hates me now. So
you were always an asshole, and the majority of people on the internet have always hated you. Say that again. You were always a fucking asshole, and the internet has never liked you. Even before YouTube, people have never liked you. And the thing is, he mistook his YouTube popularity and viewership for people liking him. That's the thing. The parasocial perils of the internet are no more evident than they are in DSP. Like, for me, I can only speak from my personal experience of putting on streams on this channel and on my personal Logan K channel. I do not think for 1 second that you guys like me as a person. I don't, because I think that that's a mistake. That's a very mistaken perspective to have. I like to think that you guys are somewhat entertained by the streams on this channel and the videos that Lefty and I have put out. But the idea that this whole experience hinges on you liking me? No, fuck that. No offense, but I don't want you guys to think of me as a friend. I want you guys to show up, relax, and hopefully be entertained by some of the shit that's going on in the channel. But I'm not concerned of your opinion of me. No, I'm here to show up for stream, put out a stream, and move on. No, Phil's had the entire thing wrong.
I don't think that's what's happening. Nor am I upset in any way. But if you could,
I'm not your buddy, friend, says Visible Dimwit. Yeah, speaking of Canadians,
today that would be great. 5 hours. The Metaphor demo is 5 hours? Holy crap. If that's the case, that's awesome. Yes, it's the new JRPG from the makers of Persona. So it's the art style and some of the gameplay elements.
Yeah, Len said it. Len says it very well. At best, DSP was only tolerated. And I think, Len, you and I had a similar journey in kind of quiet DSP fandom, because I was never a fan of Darkside Phil. And I'm gonna make this distinction. I was never a fan of Philip Burnell. I found his content entertaining in 2009 and 2010. I did. I watched him because, and I said this on Going Green when I went on Going Green with Len last month. But I said this on Going Green. I didn't watch Phil because of Phil. I watched Phil because I was a broke college kid who couldn't buy games, who was not playing games at the time, and I wanted to see this weird drunk oaf play Batman games. That's why I watched Phil. And that's why a lot of people watched Phil. Even from the very beginning, the majority of people watching Phil were watching him either A, because he was a toxic chud and they wanted to know what he would say next, or B, they were laughing at him. To enjoy Phil unironically, even back then, you had to have something kind of wrong with you. You know what I mean?
Persona, but it's in a fantasy universe. Pretty neat, I think. I think that'd be cool. I'm happy they have.
Yeah, Len, again, such good words. Len says, I'm a fan in the sense that I love watching him, but do I like the guy? Hell no. Yeah, I like watching DSP. I enjoy watching DSP, not because I like DSP, but I find him entertaining to watch, which is why I watch Raw Phil. During my work afternoons, I am almost always listening to raw Phil in the background while I'm doing my fucking end of the day work tedium. Because Phil is entertaining. I don't like him. I think he's one of the worst people on the internet, but he's fun and entertaining to watch. That's the draw for me.
Came out. Sounds like a plan. It might reinvigorate people to see some new stuff rather than the usual schedule. I'm down with
Yeah, Sonny says, I like watching Tom Cruise movies, but do I like the guy? No. Yeah, exactly. Tom Cruise arguably has made and been in some of the better movies of our time. Is he a good guy? That is widely debated. Do I like him? Fuck no, but I'll watch his movies. By the way, though, just to make a recommendation, do not watch his Jack Reacher movies. Instead, go watch the Amazon original series with Alan Ritchson as Jack Reacher. If you've read the Reacher novels, which I have, the way Alan Ritchson plays Jack Reacher is much more true to how he was in the novels. Go watch that series. It's fucking good. It rules. It's one of the few Amazon originals worth watching.
I'm down with finishing Astrobot over the weekend, you know. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to derail about Jack Reacher for a second. Bob Hoskins says him as Jack Reacher is comical. It is, because anybody that's read the Jack Reacher novels knows that, like, Jack Reacher is described as like a 6'6" Chad of a man, like fucking beefcake. Like, Jack Reacher is often described as the biggest man you've ever seen. Like, so many people in the Reacher novels are describing Jack Reacher as a mountain of a man and the biggest man they've ever seen. And Tom Cruise is like a little short dude. You know what I mean? And Alan Ritchson is so good at being like not only a big musclehead, but he's very good at being like smart, witty, and charismatic. Because like the Jack Reacher in the books is basically a perfect physical specimen. He's big, he's smart, he's like won the fucking genetic lottery. But I was very concerned of like how they would adapt that into a series on Amazon, and they needed to get the right person for it. And like Alan Ritchson, man, that dude carries it. That dude's fucking amazing. Also, I'm gonna use this time to talk about a movie thing. Hold on. BJ, is it Blazkowicz? BJ Blazkowicz. There we go. All right. So I am going to pitch something to you. All right. So this is our boy BJ Blazkowicz from Wolfenstein. Correct? Correct. This is our boy BJ. And then let me find Alan Ritchson. Alan Ritchson. Let me find a handsome picture of this boy. Yes. Okay. So guys, look at this guy and look at this guy. Look at this guy and look at this guy. Look at this guy and look at this guy. If they want to make a BJ Blazkowicz or / Wolfenstein miniseries after specifically New Order and New Colossus, you get this fucking guy. You get this fucking guy. He'd be so good. Like, every second of Reacher, I was just thinking about a BJ Blazkowicz thing and how perfect he would be as BJ Blazkowicz. That's a weird TV movie derail, but fucking insane. He should be that guy.
All right, guys, so please support the stream. I'm not going to keep mentioning it. I'm just going to play the game, but please support the stream, okay? All right, thanks.
We should get the hell out of here.
Oh, man, she's siding with him now, so there's going to be tension. Watch. Do I give out candy on Halloween? No, because I live in a private community.
Oh, my God. This actually factually set me off when he says this bit right here.
Man, she's siding with him now, so there's going to be tension.
Get ready. Get ready for one of the worst takes ever.
Watch. Do I give out candy on Halloween? No, because I live in a private community and trick-or-treaters aren't allowed here. It's a closed road, a private road. If you come on my road without permission, it's actually trespassing, and we can call the police and have you removed. So we don't do it here. Zelda tomorrow. Zelda.
Nutsack. Someone probably already clipped that. If it's not clipped, it's gonna be.
is out tomorrow, but I'm not doing it. I'm going to be doing.
Imagine being the type of guy that says, there are no trick-or-treaters where I live. If you trick-or-treat, you get removed. Like fuck this guy. You know what? And I don't care. This is a call to action. If you are a child of not child, but if you're a kid of appropriate mischief night age that lives in the greater Renton area, I want you to find this dude's house, and I want you to TP his shit, and I want you to egg his shit. Because you know what? DSP is the type of guy that deserves to have his shit fucked up on mischief night. I'm just putting that out there. If he's not going to treat people well and be ready for the trick-or-treaters, he deserves to have bologna on his car and fucking eggs on his windows. All right?
In the Metaphor demo tomorrow, I think. It's going to interest more people than me playing this new Zelda game. It doesn't seem like many people want the Zelda game, being honest. There hasn't seemed to have been
Dude, Timothy, I lived in apartments for a long time, and me too. I'd get kind of down because it wasn't really a setting where you'd get trick-or-treaters. Where we live now, and we actually might be out of this house by Halloween. I don't know. That depends on a couple of things. But where we live now, I live in a gated community. There are lots of kids here. It's so much fun when kids come by on Halloween in very elaborate costumes. It's just fun. It's a fun vibe, cool vibe. You can put Halloween music on, you hand out candy. It's part of being it is the essence of being part of a community. When Phil says something like, "Oh, I don't do trick-or-treaters. If you trick-or-treat on our property, I call the cops, you get removed." It is just his admission that he wishes not to be part of society or a community for that matter. And so much of the human experience is involving yourself even in the small ways in community. And it gets back to like media consumption and like just shared experiences, because I know I talk a lot about media consumption in terms of Phil, but like I can kind of parlay the media consumption into the idea of like the shared human experience, because Phil he's not going to do the trick-or-treat thing. Sure, yeah, fine. But also, he's never watching what people are watching on TV. He's never seeing those movies. Whenever someone says, "Hey, Phil, did you see Wolverine and Deadpool?" "No, I didn't. I didn't go to theaters." He does everything he can to excuse himself from the human experience beyond what he can monetize on his stream. And that's really kind of the sad, pathetic life of DSP. He has opted out of the human experience and opted out of society in every way possible without any of the accountability or independence that comes with it.
Interest. Especially because it's not really a mainline Zelda game, you know.
Yeah. Valoran says, "Hey Phil, what do you think of X?" Answer: I don't. Yeah, exactly. That's always the answer is I don't know. He can't even fake it. He has no passion about anything. Like you guys saw me talk for an hour about audio equipment, and then I derailed for like 5 to 8 minutes about what a fucking beefcake Alan Richson is and why he should play BJ Blazkowicz. That's shit that I'm into. That's shit that I'm passionate about. You never get this from Phil outside of WWE Champions. WWE Champions is the like first and only time I think I've ever seen him be passionate about something.
And by the way, Iron Chef Sakai, I missed it, had tagged me and said, we want your goals back. Like, for example, the incremental goals. Well, here's the thing. Number one, I'm not going to be putting incremental goals on the leaderboard. I'm not. All right. There's certain situations where you don't want to do them. For example, on a day where I'm doing an interview or I'm doing some different kind of content, I'm not going to be doing them. If we're doing standard gameplay streams, then perhaps, yes, we can bring them back. I'm okay with that.
What's the question? Like, multiple people in the chat are asking you to bring them back. Just bring them back, man.
But it depends. Like, for example, the last 2 days, it was insanely hot. There was no way I was wearing hats and vests during days when this was 100-degree.
Yeah, Len, isn't that the scam, though? Isn't that kind of why some of us become, like, commentary streamers? So that we can just vent about stuff? Because truly, like, half the fun of going on stream is just venting about shit on stream, you know? But the difference is, like, Phil vents about shit on stream, but he vents about truly sad and, like, pathetic shit. We vent about shit. We go on tangents about stuff that we like. We have fun. We make a concerted effort to have fun and try and entertain people, you know?
inside my office, right? Like today.
Oh, Devilish Face says it was 70 degrees outside. Dude, this man has no hope.
It's cooler in here. I'd be okay with wearing a hat or a vest if we hit those goals at 100 and 150 bucks of contributions. But it has to be subjective. It can't be, oh, you know, no matter what, you absolutely have no right to ever dispute it. You must do it. No, he's got to have some level.
Well, obviously, you can choose whether to do it or not. But like advice, when you say you're going to do something for a stream goal, you should do it. Like you should do it. It erodes trust when you don't.
A fucking realism here and understanding of the human condition. No, I'm not going to be sitting here torturing myself to dress up in a vest when it's
Vike says, what's the tractor streak now? Are we drinking celebratory tequila? This is a dry house, Vikes, unfortunately. And I don't know what the I don't know what the tractor streak is. Shinko was tracking it. I was watching Shinko this morning. Big up Shinko. I love your Glaze State streams. Glaze State gets me like through the work morning, and then like ALT gets me through the middle of the day, and then Raw gets me through the end of the day. 5. Oh yeah, Len says I think it's 4, and then Demeter says 5. Yeah, tonight makes it 5. Yeah.
degrees in my office. That's incredibly fucking stupid. Let's go. By the way, I'm
70 is not that hot. 70 is like vest weather.
No lie, because the reason that really I need the air conditioner at this point is because when I put on the vest, I get hot. And now I'm getting hot because the air conditioner's not on, it's just on fans. So I'm starting to get hot in here. I'm like, ugh.
It's because you have poor air circulation. So a bunch of us were kind of spurging about this in the Detractor Beam Discord at various points. But all he needs is air circulation. Very, very, very basic. When I'm not streaming, I keep my office door open. My office door is cracked so that the cat can get in and out because she likes to go in and out. And unlike Phil, I'm not some brutal dictator that says my cat must stay here or my cat must go there. No, it's a cat. Let the cat go where it wants. Keep the doors cracked. Cats hate being locked out of shit. Cats have the biggest FOMO out of like anybody on planet Earth. Just let the cat roam.
Sweat. All right, let's go to our first island of the night, shall we? And quite frankly, people should be supporting me for my content and not for me to dress up. Okay?
But what if dressing up is the content? Like that's the greater question, right? Because like with DSP, questions and answers, or I should say answers to questions only lead to more questions. And what he should be thinking about is like maybe the gimmicks are his content. Maybe drama is his content. I don't think he's really thinking in those terms. Or if he is, he's being silent about it.
So, if you want to contribute to see those goals, all right, cool. I'm down for that, but it has to be a normal day when it's fine. Today is fine. Tonight on the late stream, perfectly fine.
I think, and this is just my humble personal opinion. What do I know? What do I know? But I think he should do the gimmicks when guests are on. There's no reason he shouldn't do the gimmicks when guests are on. That would be fucking hype if he did the vest or the hat when guests are on. But the reason he won't is because if he's talking to a guest, the guest is a quote unquote normal person and he's embarrassed. He's embarrassed of his gimmicks and he doesn't want to have to show them to whatever normal person he's talking to. But at this point, I don't think there is any other normal person he can talk to. Also, guess is in chat because I'm curious about what everybody thinks the mystery guest is going to be, or rather who it's going to be. I think the mystery guest is going to be Lugo, Jake James Lugo. But guess is in the chat. Who do you think the secret guest for tomorrow's show is going to be?
You know, tomorrow, if we're playing Metaphor and it's a cooler day, fine. But if I'm playing Street Fighter and I'm already overheated and my adrenaline's all the fucking
Lego
way up,
Boy Summer. Yeah, I think it's Lugo. I think it's Lugo or maybe Brian. But Brian's PC died, by the way. Rip Brian's PC. That really sucks.
Now, I'm not going to be putting hats and vests on. If I'm doing an interview, I'm not going to be putting, you know what I mean? No, we're not doing that stuff. Okay, so
Mist Shark and J-Lu say Boogie. Boogie seems likely. Boogie seems incredibly likely.
it's a
Because Boogie said, like, what, 5 days ago, that he would go on a DSP stream. He said it because I was watching LolCal live, and Boogie said he'd go on, or Arturo Sanchez. Yeah, Merch says Arturo. I was talking to Prophet about this a little bit ago. Prophet seems to think Arturo is in the mix. We'll see.
Objective for sure. Let me put it that way. It's not going to be objectively yes or no. It's going to be subjective judgment. But I'm okay with bringing it back if people want it for certain streams. All right. The whole idea, and I'm not kidding you, earlier this year, people have been outright telling me that it was like they're tired of it. It's kind of kiddie shit to be dressing up during the stream.
No. He's getting it twisted. His viewers never said that vests and hats were kiddie shit. Kiddie, immature, all that stuff, those are all things detractors say. So we are diving further into the web of him watching detractor content and acknowledging detractor content. This is detractor talking points. Like, these are detractor talking points 100%. His fans didn't say this. None of them did. They like the vest. They like the hats. That is the audio. That is the audience he's cultivated, and he's trying to retcon it.
It was fun for a bit, but now it's just silly shit. They're there for drama and kiddie.
Bob, I live relatively close to. Well, Brian lives in the city. I think Brian lives in New York City. I could get some PC hardware to him relatively quickly if I like, not super quick, but within a day or two, if I needed to. I might DM him. I might DM him and see what he needs, because I don't have a lot of stuff that's in working order right now. A lot of extra stuff that's in working order right now because I'm moving. But I do have a 2070 that's still in working order. So if it's his GPU, I might be able to help him out. I could ship him a 2070.
Shit. And I gotta deal with this stupid shit. I don't want to deal with this stupid fucking shit. I don't want to deal with this fucking dumb ass immature kiddie shit. It's dumb as fuck. And it doesn't really matter anymore. So, and then people are like, well, think of other goals. Well, what? Because the goals people think of, I can't do. Oh, can you stay later to stream? Dude, I'm already here all day long, and I don't spend enough time with my family as it is. No, I'm not going to be streaming extra on top of that. I already work my ass off, right? So people can think of other things that are reasonable. I'm down for that, but no one ever seems to have a viable replacement. Everyone says this or that, and then everyone shoots it down and says it's not good. So,
yeah, he's streaming now. Okay.
Different,
I'll see if I can reach out to him.
I'm okay with that.
I'm also streaming now.
I don't want to commit to something and be like, yes, absolutely, every single stream we'll be bringing back the hats and the vests and everything. I think it's dumb because it is situational. There's going to be days when absolutely I don't want to do it. There's going to be days when it's not healthy for me to do it. I'm not going to do it during those streams.
What's not healthy for you to do? Like, you get a little hot, so what? I'm a little bit warm right now because I'm streaming without the door open. So what? So what?
That's right. But anyway, today, I mean, we have a half an hour left on stream. Sure, if we hit $100 in tips, we could do a hat. We just got to hurry because we only have a half an hour left. I'm okay with bringing it back as long as people want it and it's a reasonable day to do it. Fair enough? Okay, let's continue. Chagak, the bubbles needed to go because it was too disgustingly messy. Like, whenever I blew bubbles when we got likes, the whole office would be covered in disgusting bubble shit, and I had to clean it. It was just nasty. Like, my keyboard was gross and everything.
That's a you problem, dude.
You can't do that in a room full of equipment. If it's like a normal room or outdoors, that's one thing, but you can't be blowing bubbles and nasty. Can't do anything.
Here we go.
Shut the fuck up
Classic
about the
clip.
Bubbles before I take away the bubbles forever. People being little bitches in the chat. I'm trying to learn how to play a fucking game. Shut the fuck up and act older than 5 fucking years old about the goddamn bubble. You fucking idiot. God damn, how stupid and young can you be to act like that? Shut up. Bubbles, who's the bubble?
So remember, Phil said it's disgustingly messy, but the real reason he doesn't do the bubbles anymore is because he thinks it's childish. And honestly, the real reason why the goals went away, and this is something that he's not saying, the real reason why the goals went away is because he honestly thought that he had a new audience of people that were not retards, that didn't need the bubbles and didn't need the vest. He thought he had a new audience that didn't need those gimmicks. He thought he didn't need those gimmicks anymore. So he stopped them. That's the real reason. And that's what he won't say. He stopped them because he thought he didn't need those people anymore. But whoops, he needs those people. He needs Jade. You know?
Where's the fucking bubble? You take the bubbles and shut them up your fucking ass. How about that? How about this? No more fucking...
And to be clear about Jade, because I'm always clear about Jade, I like Jade. Jade's fine. Jade's cool. Jade's probably the one DSP viewer that we can count on for not being a terrible person.
Bubbles. How about that? I'm just not doing them anymore. Because I can't concentrate and act like an adult with a bunch of people screaming for bubbles like little idiots. Jesus Christ. I hear you, Iron Chef Sky. He says, I'd love to tip. You know, I tipped generously in the past. It's different without having those incremental rewards. I tipped last 20 minutes last time for a vest. Do you remember? I remember, dude. I remember you've supported many times. Of course, I recognize you. I'm just saying. Literally all year, people were saying to me, "This is kind of played out. Don't do it anymore."
No one was saying that to you. No one was saying that to you. Yeah, Timothy says one person. Yes, probably one or two people. And also, like, I don't remember who said it. I think it was either Shinko or Alt. I've been watching a lot of those two lately. But one of them said, when he says a lot of people, I think it was Alt. When he says a lot of people are saying, or people have told me, that means detractors. That literally means detractors. Detractors are saying this. That is his code speak for detractors are talking about this when he says a lot of people are saying or people are telling me. Keep an ear out for it.
A bunch of extra viewers and support for like 2 months. I was able to say, hey, we don't have to do it anymore. But now
it was all yeah. Thank you, Timothy. I thought so.
Did I not say this is my history? You get high highs and low lows and somewhere's in between. That's how it's always been for me. I'm never just always at a height forever. It never lasts. So I'm totally okay with bringing it back if that's what you want. Like I said, if we hit $100 right now, we'll do a hat immediately, and we'll do it right away because we only have a half an hour left.
Immediately. No, whoa, that was very quick and very subtle. But listen to what he says.
I'm totally okay with bringing it back if that's what you want. Like I said, if we hit $100 right now, we'll do a hat immediately, and we'll do it.
If we hit $100 right now, we'll do it immediately. That's him saying, please.
Right away, because we only have a half an hour left on the stream, right? I'm down for that. All right, so guys, one more hour of Morrowind. We're going to try to figure out how the hell do I steal this staff. I honestly don't know how we're going to do it without causing problems. So I guess we're going to see what happens. We got 1 hour left. And like I said, guys, we're only at $16 in tips. I think, like I said, I think too many people take it for
Look at
granted.
those eyes. Look at his eyes. Oh my God.
Might not get hit. There's only 1 more hour left.
And he's got the Clark Dent forehead curls forming. Oh, Lefty's in the chat. What up, Lefty? How are you, man?
Streak, but I think it's because we're all kind of just assuming that it's going to happen. When in reality, it's not a guarantee. So this could be the end of it tonight. Okay?
It could be the end of it unless you fuckers nut up and tip me.
All right. Excuse me.
Oh my God. So I'm thinking that has to be it for me. But yeah, dude, I streamed way longer than I should have. I've got stuff to do. What the fuck is this? The PPP? I don't even want to know. I'm gonna play you out. I'm gonna play you guys out with something special. I don't know if my shit will get claimed for this. No, this isn't the one. It's this one. Is it? No, this one. No. There's I think it's this one. All right. I'm gonna play you out of this amazing internet poop, the Kazoo Kid remix. But before that, I honestly I don't have much. I don't have much for housekeeping other than streaming is going to be few and far between for probably the next month or so. I am in the process of getting ready to move, We are moving from this apartment to a new condo in either late October or early November. So we got to get our asses in gear and get out of this place, get into that place. Yeah, I'm gonna stream when I can. I am still working on the Deus Ex This Is How You Don't Play. There will be more streams of that. I'm not sure when. Again, I'm not sure, like, just to be clear, I'm not sure when I can do anything. I'll squeeze the odd stream and post in when I can, but it's gonna be slow for the next month or so. But thank you guys for coming by. Really appreciate you. Thank you, Sonny, for the member contributions, and thank you, Adult with a business degree, for subscribing to the channel. I'll see you guys next time. Maybe this weekend, schedule dependent. I don't know. Can't promise anything, but smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified. And I'll have the Kazoo Kid play you out. So thank you, Kazoo Kid. Bye, everybody.
To see